When I come to, I'm out of the subway, standing in a back alley I don't recognize. It's pretty dark. My eyes start adjusting and I try to figure out what happened. There's a gun in my hand. A faint silhouette at my feet. It's not moving. Somebody stands in front of me, covered in shadows. I can't fully make out her face, but she's staring at me with visible intent. She speaks. Her voice is raspy and androgynous. I wish they said the same about Julia. It made this way more fitting. Her tone hateful and mocking.
Aren't you a nasty one?
Thanks, Colin. What is going on? Who are you?
Don't play coy.
I was playing goldfish. My mind goes blank. I look at the ground. There's a body riddled with bullet holes. And I recognize who it was. Oh, and I recognize who it was. The corpse belongs to Mike Antonoff, one of the double spiral whistleblowers. My source. He was just threatening to get back at me a few hours ago. Before I can feel even the tiniest bit of compassion, I face a terrible realization. They'll think I'm guilty. Oh my god. Am I guilty? How is this real? What do you think we should say?
I don't even know what happened. We were just on a subway, going somewhere.
This is what happens. This is what you take the subway and then you murdered a guy. So you don't take the subway.
I guess the most logical one, yeah. What happened to him?
Yeah, I'm with you. Listen up. What happened to this guy?
This guy?
Oh.
Again, don't play coy.
This time I'm salmon.
You knew him. He was mad at you. You started telling him sob stories about your situation. He wasn't having none of it. You got mad. Things escalated. He died.
This isn't true. It's plausible, but that doesn't make it true. What does it? This is just a nightmare. It doesn't even make sense. It must be a dream. And if it isn't, the person in front of me must be responsible. There's a faint voice in my head, screaming that it's her world, that I'm just living in it. What the fuck have you done to me?
Nothing yet, but I'll do what I can to get you locked up for life. This is a murder in the first degree with special circumstances.
Her detached voice and nonsensical tone only reassures me that this can't be real. I refuse to believe it is. Before I can even manage to think this through, I point the gun at her. If I murdered him, you wouldn't be acting like that. You wouldn't be standing in front of me. You'd be running away, calling the police, begging for help, yelling that I'm a psycho. Psycho kid.
Oh, you are psycho, but I'm not a coward. I won't let you walk out of here alive.
This doesn't make a single lick of sense. Tears well up in my eyes. Why are you doing this?
Because sometimes one has to confront what they're really made of.
There's no two ways about it. She's gotta be nuts. Slowly but surely she starts to walking towards me. Stop right there or I'll shoot.
Go on. It's... Oh my god, I can't do this raspy voice. I keep forgetting.
How do you feel? I feel...
I
I'm just
can't.
happy finally have stuff I've been.
How did I do it the first time? Because like every time she pops up, it's like,
You did Golem, pretty much, which is not fair because that's my go-to. Now I have one less person. Every time I read these, I do Golem voice. Someone yoinked it away from me.
go on. Oh my god. It's
He was like, go on. He's like being like raspy and make a new one if you forget what I do.
it's the only.
God, face.
It's the only way you can get off the hook, isn't it? The only way you can survive. But you will definitely prove you are the monster I claim you are. Let's go with that voice.
What the fuck is this tone? It's so different from the one before. Suddenly changed. So patronizing now. I'm serious.
Oh, I know you're serious, Julia.
I'm serious.
For your own sake, you'd better be.
She keeps changing her voice. Okay, getting closer. She keeps getting closer. Maybe I did kill Antonov. Maybe I didn't deserve to live. Maybe it's less tiring not to live. Maybe I should just let her take care of me. Maybe I would just wake up. Or maybe this is insane reality needs to be rejected as violently as possible. Maybe a world that wants to destroy me deserves to be destroyed. She's right in front of me. It's now on. Shoot her or don't shoot her? Well, okay, so I think she seems a little bit like some shadowy demon that it won't really matter if we shoot her, but it will show her that we're willing to shoot somebody. But also, what do you think the right choice is, right? Because in your mind, Julie's deciding to kill somebody, right? So it's like, if you make the choice to do that, you've like stepped over a line. But also, it might change how she interacts with us. Like, I doubt she'll die. Imagine, I would be really surprised if she was like, bang, dead. You wouldn't.
What do you think Julia would do? Would she like impulsively shoot at the shadowy figure?
I don't know. She seems prone to like violent explosion, and she just kind of last time when she was blowing up at the other guy, she kind of just sat back and let her kind of instincts take over. So, like at first, I'd say she wouldn't have done, but after like she blew up at Brian and was like let her instincts take over, and was like, oh, I kind of enjoyed that. Like maybe she would. What do you think?
I think that she probably would.
Bop bop.
So, shooter?
Yeah. Can't believe you chose that. Oh my god. I close my eyes and squeeze the trigger. A loud bang echoes through the valley. Dun, dun, dun. I'm afraid to look at what I've done. I've been to a shooting range once. I felt absolutely horrified by pistols. Such a small thing. But it can easily puncture a hole in the fabric of the reality it's made of. Never knew I'd be able to use it against another human being. I mean, a human? The very thought of it makes me want to puke.
You were right. Damn it.
You were a right choice after all. I'm so glad. You haven't allowed yourself to break, but you've crossed the line I needed you to cross.
There's a silent flame in you that could become an inferno if left unchecked.
I sure hope it will.
Golem, I missed you. He's still alive. She's still alive. Her voice is coming from behind me. She puts her hands around my waist and Her cold mouth touches my neck.
Ooh.
I can feel my shirt getting violently torn off.
Ooh.
I don't understand, but I'm too dazed to protest.
Ooh. I got
Well.
too close with my clutches.
Ooh, ooh la la. Honey, you said this was safe for YouTube.
It is.
That was your final test. Congratulations. You are proven you're self-worthy.
I can feel something sharp sliding into my neck. It's not too painful, just startling. Think a doctor pushing a needle into your vein without a proper warning. I don't really want to think about that. Thank you, Julia. I'm going to pass on that one. Then it hits me. The needle has been slapped by the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Pure bliss. The dopamine receptors I've considered completely fired until now suddenly recover and start bombarding me with pleasure I've never known before. I finally let the tears go. They come flooding. They've been waiting for years. It's such a relief. Is it raining? I feel like I'm in the middle of a dulge. At least, washing away all of my fears, all of my sorrows, all of my anger, all of my pain, all of my ego. I've become one with the world and the woman behind me. She's holding me tight, making me feel like the only important thing in this world. Everything else blurs. I feel something intense towards her, something I've never felt before. Is this love? I hope it is.
Ooh.
This is not you. This is a familiar, cynical voice in the back of my head. This is not you. But it's okay. I've never felt particularly fond of me anyway. New York, you're perfect. Oh, please don't change a thing. He who laughs in the shadows always has the last laugh. Hallelujah, praise be. When everything is cliche, nothing is. Isn't that the ever-distant utopia I've been chasing all along? People on the other trains, I hope you're doing fine. God, shut up. Just enjoy it. You finally understand. She's making love to me. She's giving birth to me. She's burying me. She's great at multitasking.
Yeah, just doing all three at once.
I'm pretty sure I've been dead for a while. I'm pretty sure I could stare at my own corpse in her hands from a distance. For a moment. Somehow. And then, I'm alive again. She lifted her mouth from my neck. No, wait. I taste blood in my mouth. Was I drinking her blood too? I realize that whatever this is, it's over. I have to bask in the afterglow while I still can. I also immediately understand that I'm going to chase this fleeting feeling for the rest of my existence. Finally, she lets out a whisper which concludes the ceremony.
No matter what happens next,
Don't forget.
you're a monster.
Hmm?
But you are lucky enough to be born into a world of monsters. So don't you ever mourn that fact. Embrace it.
That's why I imagined it would sound. You can't hear the audio if it has audio. Once again, I find myself in Big Beak Burger.
Here we are again.
Familiar surroundings. Faces I recognize. Mood, same as it ever was. Still, I process it in an entirely different way. It all frustrates me now. Or more precisely, it makes me frustrated with myself. It's like I'm clinging to the remnants of a cocoon I've outgrown. Why does she only pop up when she goes, ugh? Ugh! It's the same with these cigarettes. I don't need them anymore. So why do I keep holding on to them? Fucking hell. It's like I refuse to accept that I'm something better than I used to be. A vampire. Just 2 nights ago, I met... Is that Karen?
Karen.
Okay. I met Karen. She embraced me, by which I mean she turned me into her kindred. She calls herself my sire, and me, her child. Last night, she taught me the basics of survival. Oh, thank you, honey. It was nice of you. Drinking blood, manipulating humans, bending steel. My brain, I had to reread that. My brain read that as bending seals, and I was like, why would you bend a seal? It's like it's just a split second where I did. Bending steel, controlling shadows. Tonight, I expected more lessons. Instead, she just told me to go out and enjoy myself. What's the catch, I asked, to which she responded, I might kill you if you prove to be a disappointment. There are a few rules. I have to uphold the masquerade. I can't contact anyone I knew as a human. Can't let anyone realize I'm not human anymore. I can't embrace anyone, and so on. And so on, all the rest important a little bit, and the rest. Otherwise, I'm free to do whatever I want. But for some reason, the first thing I did was come back here. Old habits die hard. Karen is probably watching me from somewhere even now. The way I understand it, tomorrow night she is supposed to introduce me to Camarilla, a local society of vampires. Oh, to the Camarilla? Is that?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out, they are the ones who have been systematically ruining my life lately. All a part of some secret evaluation that I barely passed. Just imagining the reach they have makes me dizzy. Huh. So they've been messing with her life a lot. Like, that's the reason when she was like, oh, it feels like there was some mysterious force that's messing with my life. It's like, you're right.
Yeah.
After they destroyed the old me that I barely cared about, Karen rebuilt me anew. On the other hand, her test left some scars that would take time to heal. On the other hand, maybe I should just be grateful. I am snapped out of my fort by a sudden scream. Some douchebag yelling at his french fries for not being salty enough. You ever just yell at your french fries?
All the time.
God damn it! God damn it, french fries! Why are you salty? So, I think this is my cue to leave. Permanently. Goodbye, BBB. Better bouncing bread from Skyrim. I hope I never see you again. I'm destined for greater things, you see.